Look, a lot of people so emotional about Diddy, the Diddler, Sean Combs, that you would think they was victims, bro. He's gonna get 99 years. He deserves life in prison forever. Look, they don't got him on much. Unfortunately, bro, y'all gotta look at the facts of the case, what they getting them on. Look, let's listen to a real judge, Judge Mathis, Judge Greg Mathis. He says, you know what, let's get into the content. He said he don't really deserve that much time. This is coming from a judge, bro. Drop it in the comments, man. Let's get into the content.
Well, let me say what I think has been proven. The things I've heard, the testimony, the video I observed, I'm convinced that he was involved in at least 2 cases of assault and battery against women. I'm convinced that, yes, he facilitated or was an accessory and perhaps an accomplice to the explosion in the car. And to that extent, I'd have to give him a couple or a few years. And on the multiple assault and batteries against women, I'd have to give him a few more on that. If you want to sum it up, if it were a state crime, the Judge Mathis has observed the evidence and the testimony and the transcripts, what would I give him, 5 to 10?
Which is not letting him off on anything.
Not at all.
That's a tough sentence, in my opinion.
I agree.
I've seen a lot of reports online saying how Diddy should just be let free.
I think on the RICO charge and the federal charges, I am only convinced that he engaged in interstate transportation of prostitutes. And yes, that's a federal crime, a very low-level federal crime in which he would be guilty of and sentenced to less than 1 year. On the other hand, you got some state crimes, and the statute of limitation has expired, and that's why they aren't charging him in state court.
Look, Diddy might get 5 summers, 5 winners. I mean, real shit. And everything he's showing is that he's violent to women. He blew up a car. He had some involvement in blowing up Kid Cudi's car. Kid Miss Cudi. He did that, you know what I mean? He did some things, but they ain't got him on everything that you think the Diddler might have done. So they're like, oh, you should be locked up with him. You know what I mean, bro? I don't participate whatsoever, nor am I a fan of Diddy or any other man on this earth. You know what I mean? No. When you grow up, bro, you learn that these people are just people. You stop being a fan and start being just a man. You know, you got to be a fan of yourself. You got to be a fan of your motherfucking self. If you only love yourself like you love them people, you know what I mean? Imagine how far you would go. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. You got too much love for things that you don't even know, for people you don't even know. Like 50 Cent, Diddy, we can name him. Name any celebrity, bro. You don't know him. You just know the character. 5 summers, 5 winners. Judge Mathis said the man deserves 5 to 10 years if he was going to be the one to sentence him. I said 15. Everything 50 Cent is doing, bro, it's going to be like a slap in the face when that man don't get as much time as you think he can get. Bro, this man is going to come back. And I don't like him, but I have nothing bad against him. Yeah, I just know he been allegedly forcible fellatio on men, taking him. All of them do it though. He ain't the first and he ain't gonna be the last. I believe everything they saying about old Suge too, cause even Marv James was saying he liked the big black ones. Now Ray J saying they used to go get 25 sticks of butter every night just so, man, look, I don't believe that. Ray J is cap, bro. So he doing 25 men and women a night. Man, Suge had to be a bad motherfucker. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. I don't believe everything that comes out of Ray J mouth. But I will tell you, bro, they been playing like this. Corey Holcomb calls it backdooria. Maybe that's some Hollywood shit, because I've been to Hollywood and that type of backdooria, I've never even heard that terminology. So that tells me Corey Holcomb has been in them places. He's been in them venues. Yeah, he's been there. I don't know if he participated But he definitely been there. Maybe he was just taking notes. I don't know. Preparing for some type of gay role. I don't know, bro. But he knows some terminology that leads me to believe he knows some things. He knows some things. There's things that happen in Los Angeles, fam. Look, a lot of people ain't gonna like this. Well, I'm about to take this, bro. If you don't got the stomach for it, turn it off. I'm gonna say that again. If you don't got the stomach for this, turn it off. Nobody is off limits on this channel. Yeah, nobody is off limits. Like this one is gonna be about Nip. Yeah, this gonna be about Nipsey Hussle. When I seen him chilling with Diddy, Lauren London and Cassie, he clapping. Diddy got a problem with him clapping. Why he mixing? What was that? Blue Laces too. Look, Blue Laces has been a hit since way back when. What let me down is to know that even Nipsey Hussle went over there to the Diddler, make him think he was doing this and that. It was the same Blue Laces. The original Blue Laces was way better. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. But to even give him a piece of that, fam, it made me think quite different. Everybody know Diddy was fucking 100. Wack 100 got a story of some gay shit on there, you know what I mean? It's some gay shit. I didn't want to believe it back in the day, but I'm obliged to believe most of the things Wack 100 says because he got inside information. You gotta understand, that's tree finger whack. Yeah, that's tree finger whack. When you play that way, you wanna know the players. Yeah, real shit. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. When you play those games, you wanna know the players. So Wack 100 plays those games. He made it a thing to really learn the players that's playing with him. Wiz Khalifa, all of him, you know what I mean? All of him. Everybody you can name, most of him that you can name ain't who you think, fam. And that's the sad truth. Meeting these people in public, you might go the other way. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, fam. But look here. Everybody going against Diddy, the Diddler, Sean Combs. Look, bro, if you got him on something, or if you got something on him, come on. You know what I mean? But you can't lock a man up for everything you think he might have done. That's not what's being presented in this case. It's a whole bunch of domestic abuse, kid cut his car, or Wale didn't, he got hung off the balcony, he didn't come and say that, but a lot of these things, bro, the statute of limitations are up on. The statute of limitations means he can't be tried and convicted for the things that they are spewing, even though they paint him in a negative light. I don't think he's gonna get out. Not right now. He's gonna do 5 to 10. 5 summers, 5 winters. Might even knock him down to 3 summers, 3 winters with a little time served. And good time. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. They love him in there. Love him. Life ain't about what you want, bro. Yeah, life ain't about what you want. If that's the case, why does so many murders go free? Yeah, why does it got people that beating bodies, you know what I mean? Diddy ain't even in jail for that. He ain't in jail for nobody or nothing like that. He's not gonna get as much time as people think, bro. Yeah, all this shit is just entertaining. It's entertaining. People like to look at something that like to make fun of something. But when you learn, shit be bigger than you. Yeah, shit be way bigger than you, bro. You don't understand a motherfucking thing. You just think you do and you got an opinion. But opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. You know what I mean? Everybody got one. So drop your opinion in the comment, because I'm not going to be mad at you. You know what? I ain't going to tell you that. I might not even mention you for making your comments, but get your little punches in, bro. You got to. Why? It got to go somewhere. Why not go to Scores from the Playground, fam? I could take it. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the Playground. Like, share, subscribe. Look, we going up. Some is gonna hit quite different. I'm working on something. Yeah, I'm working on something. But I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I'm going everywhere, but I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I be here. Yeah, shit. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the Playground. Thank you, everybody, for rocking with me. Because guess what? I'm the realist. Everybody ain't gonna tell you that real shit. Everybody ain't gonna tell you that real shit. They're gonna tell you what they think you want to hear. And I don't even know if I mentioned, kind of didn't. I kind of touched on the whole Nip and Diddy situation, but look, it's more to it. You know what I mean? It's more to that story. We'll get into it later. On top of that, next year, Hustler had some sexual assault charges on a 15-year-old. I just know she was under 16. I don't know her exact age, but the charges got dropped because he pled to the bigger charge. Yeah, he pled to the pistol charge. Makes me look at him totally different. I don't know if that was Eric Holder's cousin or what, but makes me look at Nipsey totally different, and I will not be eating a marathon burger anytime soon. I don't fuck with that, bro. I don't fuck with people that fuck with kids. Point blank, period. I don't care if you did it 10, 15, 20 years ago. When I find out that's what you got in you, I must stay away from you. Not only must I stay away from you, I must condemn your motherfucking ass. Why? I got daughters, man. You got a clique of daughters. Shit, I got to stop it now. You know what I mean? You got to cut off the head of the snake, fam. You cut off the head of the snake, it'll start slithering. Point blank, period. But it won't happen to mine. I'm not that type of father just to sit back and let some shit happen. So I do what I do, bro. Yeah, so I'm not for Diddy. I ain't for Diddy whatsoever. I ain't for Nipsey. I ain't for none of him. 50. I ain't for none of him. You know what I mean? I'm one man on my own mission. I got brothers. Don't fuck with him. Why? They don't do nothing for their nieces. You know what I mean? They never done nothing for me. Point blank, period. I think if I got older brothers out there, hey, I should be taken care of. You know what? It ain't that way. You know what I mean? So get what? I don't cry over spilled milk. I just continue to raise mine right and live right. And then people be like, oh, he's high, he's on this and he's on that, he's on methane. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro, I couldn't survive if I was on any type of other drugs other than weed, if you consider drug or weed. Weed a drug. Marijuana, for the Rastafarians, it's from Jah, baby. Jah. It puts you closer to Jah. We don't consider it a drug, baby. So, yeah, I don't do drugs. Yeah, I'm natural. My personality is natural. Anybody that knew Scars from the Playground, originally Chris Magic, originally Chris Wilson, you know. You know what I mean? See, this is just me. It's art. It's art. This is how I choose to show art. Everything is art. On top of that, my music is art. If you never heard my music, it's art. Go listen to the music, bro. Dropping gems everywhere. Every chance I get. Stay away from these niggas, fam. They ain't gonna get as much time as you think they gonna get, but they gonna do some crazy shit. Gonna do some crazy ass shit. Robert, my homeboy, I think that's who it was. Maybe it even been Sid. I really don't fuck with Sid. Fat Man Scoop is what I call him. I like to refer to him as. If you ever watch any of my videos, nigga, I got to take the time to say fuck you. Now I'm gonna say it again. If Fat Man Scoop Sid ever watches any of my videos, I must say fucking. Yeah, fucking. Not just presently, forever. Yeah, fucking forever. Yeah, why? When you do so much for people, bro, and then they finally think they got you. They finally think they got you, and they don't throw nothing back. You know what I mean? It's it. You can't fuck with them people. You understand that them people has been fake and fugazi for years. Never had nothing. Opportunists. I'm gonna take the time to drag you. Why? You deserve it, nigga. You deserve it. That's why you are prematurely getting old. You got the opposite of what Benjamin Button had. Benjamin Button was getting young. As he got older and older, he got young. What you have is the reversal of that. As you get older, you get extremely older. You know what I mean? You're suffering from the things that you've done in the past, man. Yeah, that's who you are. But look here, bro. I think it was Robert or Fat Man Scoop that told me about this nigga Pronco. I used to fuck with Pronco in college. Only to find out, I bounced off the scene and had to go do my own team. only to find out the man had allegedly molested his cousin. Ain't my friend anymore. Yeah, I don't care. The last thing I seen you, time we seen each other, it was all smiles. I don't care. Once I know you done mess with your little cousin, or a kid anyway, and whatever, I ain't fucking with you ever, fam. That's just how it is. Drop it in the comments. I am not for those guys. But I can understand that Diddy is not gonna get, and none of his shit is like R. Kelly. None of his shit is against kids. This is all grown women that wanted to be whores. Just didn't know what they was really signing up for. Being honest, being real. No, it might hurt some feelings. No, they might drag me for it. But this ain't about lying to a motherfucker or not keeping it real. I'll be wasting my time if I'm just coming on this motherfucker just to tell you what people want to hear. This ain't that. Point blank period. Drop it in the comments, man. Squash from the playground. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.